Have you ever woken up from a dream so vivid that it lingered with you all day? Dreams are often our mind's way of processing the experiences that we have while we are awake. But sometimes those experiences are so intense and symbolic that they seem to echo even when we're conscious. Have you ever noticed how both dreams and waking life are woven into stories our brains create? When we recall emotionally charged events, whether it's heartbreak, betrayal, or loss, they often take on a narrative quality, much like the stories we tell ourselves or the dreams we experience. Lately, I've been having some very powerful and impactful dreams of things yet to come. And I know they will, because this is how my dreams always play out. The dreams I'm sharing with you today are the ones that I had years ago. Some would call them nightmares, but for me, they were premonitions. These dreams left a strong impression on me, prompting me to reflect on the meanings once more, because I wanted to use them as examples in the making of this video. Have you ever had a dream that felt so real or so emotionally charged that it made you question what your subconscious mind might be trying to tell you? In this video, I want to share some of those dreams from my past and explore the symbols and the psychological interpretations behind them. Perhaps help you think about your own dreams and what they might reveal about your inner world. It is important to remember that dream interpretation is highly personal. While I can offer some common symbols and meanings, the most profound insights will always resonate with your own feelings and experiences. I want to share my own stories, not to suggest that I have all the answers, but to perhaps help you reflect on your dreams and what they might be telling you. I won't go into detail about the dreams I've had recently, because many of them serve as forewarnings, messages from my subconscious about what's to come. I believe it's often best to let these dreams play out naturally rather than trying to intervene. Just trust that they're guiding us in their own time. But I do want to share one vivid dream with you that involved death. A dream that left a deep impression on me. In this dream, I was shot. I was desperately trying to find help, and I was knocking from door to door, weak and wounded. I reached the 6th house, and I was exhausted and crawling on the ground. Then I dragged myself to the 7th house, banging on the door with everything I had left. I saw a light turn on, and as I lay on the doorstep, everything turning dim, the door slowly opened and I passed away. So I'm going to go into some of the elements from that dream. Being shot and knowing that you are dying. This symbolises not literal death, but a major change, an ending of something significant, whether it's a phase, a relationship, a belief, or an aspect of oneself. The fact that I knew I was dying reflected a conscious awareness that something in my life was coming to a close. feeling powerless and vulnerable. Being shot points to feelings of a sudden attack or a betrayal, deep emotional wounds that leave us feeling exposed and helpless. The wound I held represented an emotional or psychological scar that I was carrying and trying to heal. Crawling and seeking help. My struggle to seek support, knocking on multiple doors, signifies perseverance amid adversity. It's about the desire for connection, for understanding or relief, even when help feels elusive or delayed. The seventh house and the light. Number 7 often symbolises completeness, spiritual awakening, or a turning point. The light represented hope, clarity, or divine guidance. Something I was seeking in the midst of chaos. Passing away as the door opens. Dying just as help was within reach, and it's a powerful symbol. It didn't mean that I wouldn't find support eventually, but it signified the end of a difficult chapter. It suggested that I was on the verge of transformation, letting go of the old self to make space for something new. It was a moment of surrender, acceptance, and readiness for a rebirth. Psychologically speaking, this dream reflected intense stress, an emotional upheaval tied to a toxic relationship and the yearning for liberation. It was a subconscious call to let go of what no longer served me, an old trauma, a harmful relationship, and a part of myself that felt very lost. The wounded, crawling figure that I was in my dream embodied my struggle to find healing amid overwhelming circumstances. During that time, I was physically ill. We're talking about in the conscious, awake moments. And I was sick for months, feeling poisoned and exhausted. I had a strange intuition that I was being poisoned, and later, after many years, I did discover that my then husband had been conducting experiments involving mercury, which explained my illness. This realisation, though delayed, was a stark confirmation of the emotional and physical toxicity that I had endured. That dream was a message from my subconscious. It was time to release what was hurting me, to confront the pain, and to embrace the necessity of profound change. It was a symbol of the deep transformation that I really needed. I had to end that cycle of suffering and start a new chapter. In this dream, I was in my kitchen enjoying a peaceful moment with my favourite cup of coffee, and I was enjoying the gentle morning sunlight. It played against the benches and warmed my back. The warmth and comfort symbolised stability and nourishment and routine, the small pleasures that keep us grounded. Suddenly, a cloud covered the sun, I'm assuming, and the light dimmed. The warmth faded. As I watched, I dropped my cup, an act that seemed small but carried deep significance. When I looked down, I saw a shattered, splattered heart on the floor instead of my cup. This image was striking. The kitchen, the coffee, the sun, they're all symbols of comfort and daily life. But suddenly they were shattered, replaced by a broken heart. That heart represented vulnerability, love, and emotional pain. The act of dropping the cup and seeing the heart on the floor signified how quickly our sense of safety and happiness can be taken away when trust is broken or when we face betrayal. So in my waking life at that time, I was actually dealing with a painful realisation. My husband was having an affair. I saw that moment as a wake-up call, an acknowledgement that the life that I thought I had was built on illusions. The dream reflected my emotional upheaval, the fragmentation of my inner world, and the profound pain of my disillusionment. Psychologically, this dream was a direct confrontation with my vulnerability and a symbol of loss. The act of dropping the cup symbolised losing control, and the shattered heart represented the depth of my emotional wound. It was my subconscious telling me that it was time to confront this pain, to process the betrayal, and to begin healing. These dreams, as intense and as painful as they are, serve a vital purpose. They are the subconscious's way of acknowledging what we often find hard to face in waking life: loss, betrayal, the need for change. The vivid symbols remind us that even in despair, there's potential for growth, healing, and renewal. Many of us have experienced that strange feeling that waking life sometimes feels like a dream, or that dreams influence how we see reality. And why is that? Well, I think it's because our emotional experiences in waking life are often as vivid and symbolic and surreal as our dreams. When heartbreak or trauma hits us hard, it can feel like the boundaries between the real and the unreal blur. Our subconscious continues working, processing, interpreting, and making sense of everything beneath the surface. Sometimes during times of extreme stress or emotional overwhelm, we may even feel detached from reality, experiencing a sense of unreality or disassociation. This is our mind's way of protecting us from overwhelm, a kind of inner retreat until we're ready to face what's true. And philosophically, the question remains, is our perception of reality truly real? Or are we all in some way living inside a grand complex dream, one that's uniquely personal, subjective, and deeply symbolic? Thank you for allowing me to share these reflections. I hope that they resonate with you and encourage you to explore your own dreams and inner landscapes. Remember, our dreams are not just random images, they're messages from the depths of our soul. They guide us towards healing and understanding and even transformation. Dreams are like whispers from our deepest selves, and they carry insights that often go beyond our conscious understanding. They invite us to explore the unspoken truths within, offering a mirror to our innermost fears, hopes, and transformations. By paying attention to the symbols and the stories that unfold in our dreams, we often open a gateway to self-awareness and healing. Every dream, no matter how difficult or surreal, holds the potential to guide us towards clarity, compassion, and growth. In embracing our dreams and their messages, we honour the complexity of our inner worlds. They remind us that even in our darkness there is a light, a path toward understanding, acceptance, and ultimately freedom. Trust in the language of your dreams because they're always waiting to reveal the wisdom that lies within you.